Hello students, today we are going to study bioconversion and biomass. Most of the solar energy applications come under the following three classes. First class is a trapping of sunlight as a heat, means photothermal. Second is direct electric conversion, means photovoltaic. And third category or third class is photochemical. That is, solar energy is stored in the form of chemical energy as in the process of photosynthesis. In this type, the energy is not transferred to heat but is utilized in atomic and molecular systems which have chemical changes and biomass is produced. This biomass is then used directly by burning or is further processed to produce more convenient liquid and gaseous fuel. Biomass means organic matter, then photochemical approach means harnessing solar energy by photosynthesis. Hence, solar energy photosynthesis can be take place with the help of solar energy. Then we get biomass due to this photosynthesis, and with the help of this biomass we can generate energy. Like solar energy, wind energy, ocean thermal energy, energy through biomass are important feature. It can be divided into three categories, that are biomass in its traditional solid mass, means wood and agricultural residue. These are the examples of biomass. Second one is biomass is non-traditional form, means converted into liquid fuels. In case of biomass in its traditional solid mass, that biomass is burned directly and we get the energy. But in second category, means biomass in traditional form, the biomass is converted into ethanol, means ethyl alcohol, and methanol, that is methyl alcohol, to be used as a liquid fuel in engines. And third one is to ferment the biomass anaerobically to obtain a gaseous fuel which is called as biogas. It is about this biogas technology. The utilization of this biogas as a source of energy and the photosynthesis is also an example of this biological conversion of solar energy into sugars and starch, which are energy rich compounds. So solar energy is absorbed by green pigment chlorophyll in the plant and is stored within the plant in the form of chemical bond energy. In this reaction, water and CO2 molecules broken and carbohydrate is formed with the release of pure oxygen. Actually, the process photosynthesis is extremely complex. In Greek, photo means light and synthesis means combination. So, when these H2O, CO2 and light are combined, so we get CH2O6, that is a rich compound like starches and sugars plus oxygen. The absorbed light is in the ultraviolet and infrared range. So Visible light having a wavelength below 700 angstrom unit is absorbed by the green chlorophyll, which becomes activated and passes its energy onto the water molecules. Hydrogen atom is then released and reacts with CO2 molecule to produce CH2O and oxygen. So CH2O is the basic molecule forming carbohydrate, stable at low temperature, and it breaks at high temperatures. Photosynthesis has two main steps. First step is splitting of H2O molecules into H2 and O2 under the influence of chlorophyll and sunlight. So this phase of reaction is called as light reaction. In this phase of light absorbed by chlorophyll causes photolysis of water, O2 escapes and H2 is transformed into some unknown compound. Thus solar energy is converted into potent chemical energy. And in second phase, hydrogen is transferred from this unknown compound to CO2 to form starch or sugar. Formation of starch or sugar are dark reaction, means not requiring sunlight. The conditions necessary for photosynthesis are: first condition is light. It requires light. It is the one of the important input for biomass production is the intensity of solar radiation. Only a part of this energy, means 40 to 45%, is of appropriate wavelength, that is 400 to 700 to produce photosynthesis. The plants use radiations between 400 to 700 angstrom unit. This range of light is actually photosynthetically active radiation, and the efficiency is about 5%. Then second condition is CO2 concentration. Carbon dioxide is the primary raw material for photosynthesis. It constitutes about 0.03% of the atmosphere. If CO2 availability is increased artificially, then we have to increase the yield of several crops. Hence, one of the method of increasing biomass is by supplying additional CO2 to the plants. And the main sources of CO2 are animal respiration, combustion of fuel, and the decay of organic matter by bacteria. And fourth one is ocean also is an important store of CO2, much of which comes from photosynthesis by plants. Respiration of marine plants and animal releases CO2 into the water. And the last condition is temperature. Photosynthesis is restricted to the temperature range which can be tolerated by proteins, that is 0 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. Photochemical part is not affected by temperature, but biochemical part controlled by enzymes is highly sensitive to temperature. So this is about photosynthesis. Then biomass resources are of three types. First, biomass resources is a biomass in its traditional solid mass. Second one is biomass in non-traditional form, and ferment biomass anaerobically to obtain a gaseous fuel, which is called as biogas. Biogas generation. Biogas is a mixture of biogas is the mixture of gases produced by the breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen. So in short, it is anaerobically, primarily consisting methane and carbon dioxide. Or in other words, we can say that biogas is a mixture containing 55 to 65% methane, then a 30 to 40% carbon dioxide, and the rest being the impurities like H2, H2S and some N2. Can be produced from the decomposition of animal, plant waste. Most organic materials undergo a natural and aerobic digestion in the presence of moisture and absence of oxygen to produce biogas. Mainly includes hydrocarbon which is combustible and can produce heat and energy when burned. Biogas is produced through a biochemical process in which certain types of bacteria convert the biological waste into useful biogas. Since the useful gas originates from biological process and it is known as a biogas. So, methane is the main constituent of biogas because its proportion is more in case of biogas. So, biogas is obtained is a mixture of methane, 55 to 65% CH4, 30 to 40% CO2, remaining is H2, H2S, N2, etc. It is a clean but a slow burning gas and usually has a calorific value between 5000 to 5500 kilocalorie per kg. It can be used directly in cooking, reducing the demand for firewood. The material from which the biogas is produced retains its value as a fertilizer and can be returned to the soil. Biogas has been a popular on the name gobar gas, or it is also called as a KVIC, mainly because cow dung has been the material for its production. So it is called as a gobar gas. A few other materials through which biogas can be generated are algae, crop residues, agro waste, garbage, kitchen waste, paper waste, seaweed, human waste, waste from sugarcane refinery, water hyacinth, etc. Biogas is produced by the anaerobic biological breakdown of organic matter. It consists of methane and carbon dioxide. It is flammable. Methane is the main component of biogas, which is an energy source. Materials through which biogas can be generated means these are the materials which are used to generate biogas, and the materials are algae, crop residues, garbage, kitchen waste, municipal waste, etc. It is produced by the digestion, pyrolysis or hydrogasification. Digestion is a biological process that occurs in the absence of oxygen and in the presence of anaerobic organisms at ambient temperatures and temperature 35 to 70 degrees Celsius. And the container in which digestion takes place is known as digester or pit. Higher the temperature, better is the quality of gas, and which is methane gas. The following gas production starts at 20 degrees Celsius and stops at temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. Thank you.